because we're going into hate, good and evil, and hate and love, right? So let's not go into something else. Let's stay on topic. Let's not go into something else. You said
Deuteronomy.
I know, but you're going to different channels. We're going to something else now. Let's get what the scriptures is saying.
Deuteronomy 32 and verse 39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Right.
So most I kills people, creates people.
So this is Job 2.
Let me read this again.
Hold on. Okay.
See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
What the brother is saying is that the Most High creates all these things, right? He does all these things. Yes, he does all these things.
Yeah. Okay. Killing here, what they did is evil. Yeah. But if these guys killed those guys that were trying to kill them, yeah, would you call that evil? I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't call that evil.
That would be like murder. Murder, like unjust, unrighteous killing.
Yeah,
that would
them doing this.
Right, that's it.
Or if these black guys were able to kill all of them that were trying to kill them.
I know there's a difference between killing and murder. Right. Okay.
Now
let's
I'm not going off topic.
I'm not saying going off topic, but you just gotta let the scriptures roll. Let the scriptures roll.
You said you let me talk.
I know,
So
but let the scriptures roll too, bro. Let the scriptures roll.
Let me finish.
No, let the scriptures roll. I'll give you your time. Just let the scriptures roll, because the scriptures need to be brought out. Let the scriptures come out.
Guy, I'm talking.
But your word is not over this word. Let the word of the Most High speak. No. Listen, you're not running the show, bro. This is. We're out here to teach.
You don't need to get loud.
But we have to, because it's like you're getting hard-headed, so you have to come like that.
Okay, I'm not getting hard-headed.
You are.
Let me say this.
Let the scriptures come out. No, listen.
I'll let you continue.
No, man. Listen, reading your letters. We're out here to teach.
Okay,
You're supposed to listen.
You spoke.
This guy's getting hard-headed, man. Job 2, verse 10. Verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. But he said unto her, thou speakest one of the foolish women speak. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High? And shall we not receive evil? Right? So there's even evil angels.
Yeah, fallen angels. Yeah.
There's no thing as fallen angels. You got demons, and they all, even Satan is a servant of the Most High. He does what the Most High does.
He has to.
No, he didn't rebel. How can Satan rebel against the Most High? The scripture says all things obey his will.
You see in Revelation, Satan is the dragon.
No, but that's metaphoric, man. Okay, Satan is talking about he. If you know scripture talking about he, that man, there's a man who's after the working of Satan. Of all power and lying wonders. That's talking about the so-called white man.
That's right.
He's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. He's the wicked. Right. He's the one that God hates. Esau, Edom, the Edomites. Okay. They're that dragon that represents the Roman Empire. Right? It's metaphoric. It's not literal. The scripture says that dragon his tail drew the third part of heaven and cast it to the ground. That was talking about the Roman Empire, man, during the time of King Herod, man. That's it's metaphoric. It's not literal.
Okay, I agree it's metaphoric because I don't think Satan is literally a dragon. Yes, I agree that it's the son of lawlessness. But at the same time, that dragon is the son of lawlessness. Who tried to raise himself up to the level of God. And then Michael casts him down.
Wait, so we got go into this, but let the scriptures please. By all means, that listening is a skill, right? Just please, we're not trying to fight. We're really not trying to fight.
Sorry, was you pushing?
I am, boss.
What's the scripture?
What is the guy says here?
Lamentations, real quick.
Revelation
on talk about the dragon.
and what does that mean? Okay.
So this is Lamentations chapter 3, verse 38. Out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth not evil and good. Right. No, listen, don't. Right, we're on the topic right now. We're on the topic. In fact, everyone's kind of studious away. Right, so Revelations chapter 12. Let me start from verse 1. The point is in verse 9 about the Satan and everything. Verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. That woman represents us. And the 12 stars represent the 12 tribes. Right. And it says the sun and the moon also represent the sun, wisdom and understanding. It says, verse 2, and she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. It goes into Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
That's Yahweh Shai. Right. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, right, and 7 crowns upon his head. What's that going into? 7 heads and 10 horns. Remember, there's a beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. And then you go to Daniel chapter 7. It speaks what? There's 4 beasts.
Yeah, it says there are 4 beasts, but then one
of them had 7 heads and 10 horns.
Yeah.
So it's the 4th beast, which represents the pagan Roman Empire.
I don't know if it's the Roman Empire because historically we know that the first one was Babylon, the second one was the third one. People would say the Greek Empire, but there was no Greek Empire.
There was. What are you talking about?
Hold on. Like, don't just lose it on me.
No.
Don't just lose it on me because that was short, man. Like, just let me say. Okay.
Go on.
So, Alexander the Great, yeah, he's the one that sorry about that, my voice. He's the one that people would say he started the Greek Empire.
Yeah. Alexander the Great.
Yeah, but he didn't have any children.
But he had
4
friends.
generals.
4 friends that took over, and his kingdom
They
was split in
split
4.
the kingdom.
Right.
Yeah, they split it.
So
2 of them just dropped off. One of them became the Roman Empire, and the other the Egyptian Empire. Then the Roman Empire married the Egyptian Empire and took it over.
There's a big history behind that. Yeah.
So here's the thing. While it's popular to say that the Greek Empire, that Roman Empire. The thing is, most people don't recognize most historians and everything. And this isn't white historians.
Why do you think so much symbolism out here and deities is patterned after Greek deities? What do you think like Hades and stuff like that? Different gods, the different pantheon of different Greek goddesses and gods. That's still being worshipped and being to the present day. People still know about it to the present day. These are all demons, exactly.
Yeah.
But even the concept of hell, that goes back to Hades. That's Greek mythology. There's no such thing as actual hell.
The concept of hell
It's metaphoric.
Hold on, the concept of hell, right, comes from Jewish, because Christ was Jewish, yeah? Whether you think
There's no such thing as Jewish. He was a Judite. From the tribe of Judah.
Okay, he was from the tribe of Judah. Yeah, I'll say that. So whenever you see Christ talking, whenever you see it being said to the Hebrews, they say Sheol, or they say
or Hades, or Gehenna.
Gehenna, yeah. Hades is used when they take it to the Greek. Because
it's both the same. If you go into the Greek, it's either Gehenna or Hades. In Hebrew, it's Shawah.
Yeah,
No, it's not. Gehenna is not.
Yeah, but
Gehenna's Greek.
Okay. Now Hades is used. So if you're let's say I'm Yoruba.
Yeah.
If I'm Yoruba and I'm talking about, I think Oshun is a demon, but that's like a Yoruba deity. If I was talking about that, and I wanted to communicate with someone else of a different language. Yeah. I'd have to find a comparison, something that's why we say God. God wasn't. Oh, sorry.
We're going to something else.
Yeah. No. It's too much.
Because you're basically talking about the Greeks and saying that wasn't. People argue that's an empire. It was an empire, man. It's represented by the leopard. Exactly, which is read in Daniel 7, verse 6. After this, I beheld and lo another, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl, which represent who? The 4 friends.
Hold on. But you know,
let's read on. The beast had also seized his pride from. You have to humble down. This is not pride. It is. The beast had. Listen.
Because I could say you shouting over me is pride. It's not pride. You're just trying to get across something.
Is that because you're not listening? You're actually not listening. It's like you're being wise in your own conceits, and you're not actually listening.
I'm hearing you.
You're not. You keep trying to speak. Let the scriptures talk. Let the scriptures talk.
My guy, look, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. And I'm hearing you. But me saying something like you're not saying doesn't mean that I'm not hearing you. Yeah, I can say it's prideful for you to shout over me because I'm saying something that you don't believe.
No, what it is that you're coming with your thing and you don't understand. You've come up here. So you need to listen to our things so you can develop an understanding. Okay. So you got it's better to do. That's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So do less talking and more listening, so you can understand.
This is a joke here. I don't molly what me if I said that to you. That's a joke.
All right, let me just read it. It says, the beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. So it was a dominance, the Greek Empire, okay? And anyone knows anything about Alexander the Great, he had a leopard helmet, man. So we know that's talking about him. And when you read into it, it tells you, Daniel chapter 8, verse 20, the ram which thou sawest having 2 horns are the kings of Media and Persia, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn that's between his eyes is the first king, which is who? Alexander. Exactly. So the Greeks were an actual empire. Now let's go back to Daniel chapter 7 verse 17. These great beasts, which are 4 kings, which shall arise out of the earth. So the Greek Empire was a kingdom of men. Same with the Medo-Persians, ancient Babylon, and Rome. These are the 4 kingdoms that the Most High had risen out of the earth. So this is verse 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. So what did the Roman Empire do? They stomped the residue of our people, man. As it tells you in Revelation 12, they drew the 3rd part of heaven, man, which is what tribes were left in the Middle East. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The other tribes are already migrated, because it doesn't speak about the northern kingdom. It only speaks about Judah, the Jews. Because those are the only tribes that were left in the Middle East at the time. After the Assyrian captivity, the northern tribes, the northern kingdom, they had already migrated to the Americas, man. To the Americas. That's where Christopher Columbus, or Cristobal Colon, when he came over, he did the research, he came over to the Americas with Hebrew translators, man. Because he knew, according to the scriptures, according to the book of Ezra, that the tribes were already on the other side of the hemisphere. Yeah? Okay. When you go into that movie called 1492, he actually quoted the book of Ezra. So Christopher Colon, he knew that the tribes was over there in the Americas.
Right. Hold on. This isn't inconsistent. I want to understand. How do you know I'm saying how do you know, because I want to know. How do you know that other tribes went. So
That's what you need to. No, we're not going to look at this because we're jumping around to too many different things. I only said that for the understanding that.
okay, just show me the verse and I'll look it up later.
Show on the verse. Show on the verse. Show on the verse. I believe it's around 2 Corinthians 13.
Keep talking, I'll find it.
Second Ezra 13 and 14.
You said second Ezra.
Second Ezra 13 verse 14.
Oh, okay. So that's not that's a problem.
The part of the original 1611. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's okay.
It's a lot, isn't it?
No, I agree that the Apocrypha was part of the 1611. Yeah. The Apocrypha wasn't part of the
It was.
but because the King James wasn't the original, like, it was a translation. Right? It was a translation from the Catholic Bible. And I disagree with Catholics with so many things, right? So many things. But anyways, the Apocrypha,
Is a part of the original King James 1611.
yeah, but the King James, you believe that the Bible was originally written in what language?
Hebrew. Hebrew and Greek.
Right. Okay. So the Bible in Hebrew and Greek is the one that, if we want to say anything is the most authoritative, we say Hebrew and Greek is the most authoritative, right? Yeah. Now, they didn't count the Apocrypha as Bible.
I feel like we're going off topic again.
Yeah, I'm just leaving that there. I'm leaving that there. So second Ezra, I look at it and I'm like, cool, but it's not. I don't care.
You just know that it was, I believe it's in 1700s they removed those books out of the original King James.
Out of the King James. Yeah, because that's when.
But these books were originally a part of it. Just that they were removed out of it in the 1700s.
It was part of King James. It wasn't part of the. It wasn't part of the original Bible.
It was.
Okay.
Listen, it was removed out of it.
Out of the King James.
Yes.
By instruction.
And meaning it was always a part of it. These books were always a part of the Bible.
I'm listening to you.
No, you're getting passionate. You're getting passionate.
Yeah, but like, I'm listening to you already. So, like, say what you were saying.
So I'm saying that the Apocrypha, the word Apocrypha is hidden book. But the books, these different books that's within the Apocrypha, was always a part of the Bible. It was always a part of it until the 1700s when they got removed out of it. It's very like you can do the research on it. Okay. Like I said, don't believe me. Look into it for yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Can I say this?
Let the brother say
Just a good point, because you think they're part of the Bible, because some of these interesting writings actually precept things in the Apocrypha. James and Jude.
They don't precept though.
They're not just James and Jude, but some
Tell me.
I'm saying the reason why you can tell it's part of the Apocrypha is because the precepts line up. Because in the New Testament, Paul, Peter, sometimes they make reference to things which are in the Apocrypha.
Okay, you have to tell me where Paul and Peter. I'll look that up later.
Let's go. We're going off topic. We're really going off topic.
I'll look that up.
We're really going off
As
topic.
far as I know, Apocrypha was mentioned in James and Jude, and so James says, "What you say says this," and Jude uses a quote from it. But it's like Paul using a poem about the unknown God, right?
Right. For example, you're talking about Alexander. It even mentions Alexander's name.
Of course it would. In the Maccabees,
Maccabees.
it was concurrent.
Thank you. So it's valid. It even goes into the Greeks. That the Greeks were actually converted Jews. When you go into listen. When you go into the New Testament and it talks about the Greeks, right? It talks it's Hellenized Jews.
Yeah, Hellenized.
So when he talked about there's either Jew or Greek, the Greeks were Israelites.
I don't know if
Those were converted Israelites into the Greek customs.
Okay.
Why? Because they were fought. You got to read the history.
Yeah,
That's why they removed these books out of the Bible because it explains so much, and it also goes into the Gentile situation. Listen, in the New Testament, speaking about Gentiles, you think it's talking about other nations. It's talking about Israelites that were forced out of their customs, their practices, and were forced into the ways of the Gentiles. So they were seen by the Jews, right, that were practicing their high holy days, that were practicing. They were seen as heathens. They were seen as strangers. They were seen as Gentiles. See, that's why that's why they took it out.
Okay. So I know that in Maccabees and in other Hasidic things, Hasidic that's the Maccabees, right? Or Hasidic, that's the Maccabees. They talk about Jews who did this weird thing where they would put back on a kind of foreskin and stuff like that. Right. So there were Greek before them, right? Because the Greeks are the ones that forced them to do them.
It's the Greek, right? So we're talking about the original Greeks, like under Alexander, right? Forced, like everybody to become Greeks, to conform to the whole order.
Jews. Yeah. So the Hellenistic Jews, we see them in the New Testament.
Yeah.
And then we see proselytes. Yeah? Proselytes are people that weren't Jew, weren't ever Hebrew, right?
For the word proselyte means
who
I forget what that word means.
It's someone who wants to learn.
Yeah.
So they could never. So like Naaman in the Old Testament, he becomes a proselyte. He wants to take a piece of Israel with him, like a piece of land with him. And like Elisha tells him, just go. Like you can't take, just go. Right? He becomes a proselyte. He wants to worship God, but he can't become a Jew. Right? And this is the symbol of the proselytes. They never became Jewish. So these people weren't Hebrew ever, right? So there's that. But then there's Hellenistic Jews who were like Hebrew roots, but had gone and done some stuff, or had gone to different parts of the world, right? Which is why it's impossible to came back, because otherwise nobody would need to come back.
You had Greeks or Hellenized Jews, even at the time of Yahushua's death, because it said King of the Jews, and it was written in Latin and Greek. Yeah, because you had a lot of our people that spoke Latin and spoke Greek. You had a lot of our people that were referred to as Romans. They were citizens of Rome.
Okay, well, I believe there were black people.
Paul was a Roman.
Yes, Roman citizen.
Exactly, he had citizenship of Rome.
Yeah, and I believe there were black people that were. I believe there are black people that were Romans. Like there was some.
Batman.
After Carthage was white, like straight, there were some black people who became Roman citizens, and even some black Roman emperors.
You had a lot of Israelites that were in the Senate, so forth and so on. But now, this is Maccabees again, one-on-ones, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over all Greece. That shows you that Alexander with that horn of the goat, that he goat, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. And the scripture says, thy pride, thy heart is lifted up. The pride of thy heart is deceived. That's in I believe it's Habakkuk or Obadiah. It shows you that they're the wicked.
Don't need to read it.
Yeah. We don't have to go into. It says, and he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them. So it was a kingdom.
That's right. Yeah, it was a kingdom.
So the Greek, so exactly.
Yeah, it was a kingdom.
Right.
Yeah, if there's a kingdom, there's a kingdom.
Right.
I agree with that.
So it says, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive, So Alexander reigned 12 years, then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. So it shows you that Esau, he's the wicked man. As soon as he came, the scripture says evils were multiplied.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Esau because
He was. Alexander was an Edomite.
he was a Macedonian.
And they were Edomites. Darius was Philip of Chittim of Macedonia. He was an Edomite.
Okay, here's my. I don't know if he was like. You don't need to argue about this. I don't know if he was an Edomite or if he was an Esau because generally when you look at Edom or Esau, that's like the Persians. That's the Persians. That's like the Medes. That's going all the way towards just before the Kush, just before the region that the Kushites cut out for themselves. Yeah. So you see all these people, and now you have Islam, which is Islam's falling.
So what are you trying to say? Who are the Persians?
The Persians were Edom. They were Edom.
No, they're Elon. Elon. Yeah. Persia. That's like Iran, and it became Iran in 1940 something, if I'm not mistaken. But it was Persia before. But that's Elon. Those are the Elamites, like the East Indians. That's Elon. Yeah, the Esau, Edom. It means red. Edom means red. And that's why the so-called white man once upon a time referred to himself as what? Rednecks.
Not once upon a time. I mean, they're still rednecks.
They're still rednecks. Exactly why? Because something significant came out about Esau. He came out red all over.
Yeah.
Red all over. Like a hairy garment. Because if you check back in them times, they took ram skins and dyed them red. So he came out just like a dyed garment. It was red all over, like a newborn so-called Caucasoid child, right? The blood shows through their skin. Meaning he had leprosy. He's a clean leper. Meaning he had no melanin. He's a clean leper. He's completely like no melanin on him.
That's interesting. I don't know yet if I would say that.
Like lepers, like Yahushua healed lepers. Meaning they had blotches of their melanin taken out. Because that's
growths
actual
on their skin or stuff like that. Or they had growths on their skin or like parts rotting off.
No, a leper, when you go into in Leviticus, when he goes into the law of leprosy, it's not talking about that, like skin falling off. It's talking about their skin literally becoming like white or red.
Yeah, like rotten skin. Okay, I've seen a leper before, but I understand that leper now is one thing.
Yeah, the word
was lots of different things. But I've seen a leper. When it's horrifying. As the thing is disjointed, it becomes white because the thing there is dead. It becomes white. It becomes kind of stiff. Or if it's touched, it's like plastic. So it's white.
That's Esau's definition. Because Esau tried to take that away. When you go in the scriptures, it's not talking about that.
You say
leprosy. Like for example, like this is leprosy. Now we go into that now. Like we're just jumping around. Hold on.
Before you get that out, when you're ready, because we're talking about Esau not being Greeks, I've got Isaiah 26:10 on deck about let favor be shown to the wicked people and the righteous. Because favor was shown to them in their empire, but it's the wicked when they had the empire.
Well, so bring up this way the video.
Shall I bring it down later?
This way from it. This Numbers chapter 12 verse 7. My servant Moses is not so, he is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, the cloud talking about the chariot. And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. So there you go. She became almost like a albino. Like her melanin was stripped off. Became like white. Like for example, when the Most High told Moses to put his hand in his bosom and to take it out, his hand became white. And when you put it back in and put it out, his flesh became just like the rest of his melanin, man.
Okay.
Do you understand? So so the world, Esau's definition of leprosy is different from what the scriptures say. So you need to stop going by what the world says. Go to what the scriptures say.
Here's what I don't understand. How, like, okay, so you said that it's the stripping of melanin.
The scriptures said it.
No. It didn't say melanin.
Then what do you mean?
Hold on. Don't get angry, man.
No. Listen, why? But I can. Listen, I can because I'm a man.
No.
I can do that.
Yeah, but I'm a man as well. I'm not getting angry. You don't need to get angry.
But I can. You can't tell another man how